Hey beer tubers, Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me once again. Summer is coming to a close, but before it does, I want to get this beer reviewed. This is Firestone Walker's Summer Seasonal. It's called Solace, and this is sort of an odd sort of beer. It's kind of defined as like an American wheat beer, but head brewer Matt Berndelson kind of says it's kind of like a blend between a Bavarian Hefeweizen and a Saison. So sounds pretty interesting, and I want to get this one reviewed because I've liked everything that Firestone Walker's done that I've reviewed so far. So let's get this thing poured. I'm going to go a wheat glass, and I am going to dump the yeast in this one. I didn't see anywhere that said to either leave it in or keep it out, but I figure if it's going to have any kind of Weizen characteristics, and it is unfiltered, that it should probably go in the beer. So I'm going to get it all in here. Alright, so appearance-wise, ton of carbonation streaming up from this one, just a ton. I mean, shaking it up really got all that carbonation going. It's just going crazy on my glass. Don't know if it'll focus in on that. It's a really hazy, kind of darker straw color. Kind of what you expect to see for, you know, those two styles. I mean, it's got supposedly this beer has Belgian characteristics and German characteristics. So got about 2 fingers of really light white head, and yeah, you can't see really much through it. It's completely cloudy. So let's get the aroma on it. Now, yeah, the aroma is interesting. It's got I'd say maybe a touch more of a Saison characteristic. Oh wait, no. Then again, yeah, I kind of get both. I'm getting some banana notes and citrus notes mainly. Kind of like an orange peel kind of aroma. A lot of kind of wheat aroma. There's some sweet like fruitiness that you get with a Saison, like light fruits, like maybe like a pineapple or like maybe even like a cantaloupe. That kind of like brighter, lighter fruitiness that's not quite citrusy. Good amount of wheat malt in there. Yeah, and then some hints of banana. So kind of interesting on the nose. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Oh, that's very interesting. It does kind of drink like both styles, but it's very, very light. I forget the ABV. 6%. So you're kind of on a low side for a Saison, and you're kind of maybe high side for a Hefeweizen, but it drinks kind of more like a Hefeweizen because it's got a really nice, I mean, slightly more than light, kind of light medium mouthfeel to it. It makes it really, really drinkable. Very smooth drinking beer. Very refreshing. It's slightly watery up front, but not too bad. And then the back end, you do get both those characters kind of on the nose. It's kind of, yeah, it's an interesting kind of blend between the two styles. You get some very light Hefeweizen characteristics like clove and banana, definitely in there, mostly in the aftertaste. I would say it kind of starts out this kind of really light kind of wheat, like American wheat beer, and then it kind of mid palate, it sort of goes into Saison mode, kind of has some of that fruitiness, and then the back end sort of kind of like a Hefeweizen. I use the term kind of watery up front. I probably should say it's just a little thin front of the palate. There's just not a whole lot going on, and then it kind of ramps up in terms of its flavor intensity as it goes, and it has a really nice sort of big finish to it. It's just kind of real, kind of weak, kind of thin up front. But overall, I wouldn't say the beer's too watery. I mean, it is a summer ale, 6%. I mean, I think this is a really solid summer ale. I don't often bite as much as maybe like German style Hefeweizens in the summer, or a lot of sours. And if you're going to call it like an American wheat beer, you know, I really am not a fan of that style, except for a few beers like Three Floyd's Gumball Head comes to mind immediately. But This is like my favorite regular kind of summertime specific summer seasonal that I can get from a brewery around here. I do enjoy this one quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to go B+ on it. It's, I think, a really solid American wheat that kind of, you know, it does this hybrid thing, so it kind of makes it really American in that sense. And it's really light, really refreshing, great hot weather drinking beer. So I just want to get this one reviewed right at the end of the summer. And you know, if it's still not around, you know, wait till next summer, pick it up, get it really nice and fresh. Might have maybe a touch more of those kind of noble hop characteristics on it. Although it does have Willamette in there to go with, I think, French Spalt. Stru Spalt, I think, is the other hot variety in there, but it's got a lot of good. It's got a good wheat characteristic in there with light enough body to be a good, refreshing sort of beer. Kind of drinks, you know, kind of like lagerish in that sense up front, but then Hefeweizen and saison characteristics. So that's going to do it for Solace from Firestone Walker. Really nice summer seasonal from them. So until next time, please comment, subscribe. Cheers.